628 Troup Highway. You've got a traffic light right down there. That's Hayden Street. That's Bateman right there. Got some cool old school brickwork there. Chevron pattern. Got some peeling paint on this old wood architectural feature here. Got a plug right there. Got space for the attic to breathe here in the front. Got your old wood windows. This is a really nice sized patio out here. See how close you are to that neighbor on that side. Like we maybe have one brick missing right there, but you got your old wood windows. They're all gonna look the same way. One more pan. That property there is owned by the huge house next to it. That'll never be developed. Never say never. That's what I've always been told. Gas line has been capped off. It is open. I don't remember if it mentioned on the seller's disclosure if it's actually functioning or not. You've got a heavy texture here. Obviously this house construction predates acoustic ceilings, but somewhere down through time, someone probably did some ceiling work and came back and did not the best job in the world. And of course the lighting's been updated. Let's see, which direction? Let's go this way, all right? Hardwood floors are in fantastic shape. Oop, God, that scared me. Door shut. I've got all the doors open in the house and it's kind of windy out here today. Utilities are off, so I can't turn the lights on. And there's not even any water in the toilets. So, closet number one for this room, real high ceiling in it. These are those old floor tiles that were lead backed. So, careful taking those out. Okay. Are we ready? I'm gonna save the best for last. Let's go back across the house. There's your thermostat. There's a large bedroom. Got some electricity in the floor there. All the electrical looks like it's been updated to this house. Another closet. This is a small closet, but it's more characteristic of the era house where they just didn't have big closets. Give you a point of reference, that's back out to the front of the house. So this window should be right at the porch of the front door. Boom, just like that. This is a really neat room. And then of course this side, it's just the other street, and it's more of a quiet residential street. Okay, go through here. This is the door that slammed on me. Another nice sized room. We're gonna shut that door, and you see it's got its own access door. This closet appears to be a little bit bigger than the room on the other side, that blue room we were just in. Again, hardwood floors look incredible. I've walked all around this. I don't feel any soft spots that are of major concern. Obviously, any house you're interested in, we will be having inspected. Walk out this access door. On the side of the property, there's the meters, water meter and such, and then of course the garage apartment in the back. Nice sized lot. going to try to not point directly at the sign because I'm really good at doing that. Okay. See, give me a point of reference out this back window is going to be the backyard towards the apartment, garage apartment. We'll go through that too. I already have the door open. Okay. Bathroom. Love that tile. It's so cool. It's got a three-dimensional look. Shower's really nice. Deep storage space, pretty typical for the era house. Typical old built-in cabinetry here. It's been painted over. It's, you know, it hadn't been properly stripped down, but most people don't do that. Cute little light fixture. View out this bathroom window. Okay, you got an attic access here in the hallway. You got a storage where you better not need that very much, whatever you put up there. Dining area. Again, floors are great. Ceilings, you know, it's just the finish work itself. It's a little picky, probably on my part, but there's no waves or humps or anything like that. It's just looks like somebody got a little heavy-handed with some texture. Closet. Man, this wind. So it's coming through that front door, and it is just blowing through this house. It actually feels really good. Now it's gonna shut my door on me. Okay, another closet. Looks like a little sub panel back there. This electrical's all been redone, so that thing's probably not in use. Okay, now we're in the kitchen. And you know, the old houses from this time period, the kitchen was a very utilitarian thing, so it was stuck in the back corner because all it served was a function and a purpose. And I swear that the one thing that was never thought about in these old houses was the spot for the refrigerator. And my theory is that they probably didn't think that much of refrigerators because a lot of people probably didn't own them. You know, they had ice boxes first. I don't know why I'm rambling about that. Anyways, you got a gas range there, stainless dishwasher. I've got all kinds of theories, but I'm not going to bore you to death. But I'm assuming that a refrigerator was a luxury item. We got this area here, storage. You could actually put a refrigerator right there or a backup fridge. Now we're in the backyard. Got some solar panels on this thing. That's an AT&T utility box there for cable and internet. Now we're gonna go down these stairs because I know what you're thinking is, what is outside that window that they've got covered up? Got a leaning fence that needs to be addressed. And that's what's outside that window. All that electrical that's been updated. There's your solar panel system. There's another box for cable that's old, probably not in use. You got your Lennox air conditioner that has definitely got a little age on it. But what in the world is that pipe from? Well, you have an exterior utility break. And this is where your central AC system is. Drain in the floor. Got your water heater, which both these units actually look pretty good. That outside unit looks pretty rough. So that's what that pipe is for that furnace and that water heater. Now, why in the world would you run that up and put it right in front of that window? I do not know, because I can think of a couple of other places I would have run that. Anyways, so now we know what that was, or is because it's still here. Okay, that garage apartment belongs to this property. You see a plumbing clean out down there, sticking out around. I don't have access to the garage. It is locked. It's a nice wide 3-car, you know, probably, at least 2.5 car width. 2-car coming in. And this is the lowest point here. You've got a drain, carry water away. The garage apartment itself is accessible. All this decking is solid, but it's definitely on the older side, so it probably needs to be cleaned and bleached and scrubbed and then retreated to give it a lot more life. I don't think you're going to be working on it even in the next 5 to 7 years, but you might be starting to swap some boards out. Little utility or efficiency apartment. Got your mini split unit. Got some very crookedly mounted shelves. View out this window. Spy on the neighbors at this window. Spy on those neighbors there. Does have a bathroom. Oof, needs a battery for the smoke alarm. Typical garage apartment. I feel like I'm walking on a, sorry, put those in the way there. I feel like I'm walking on a little bit of a slope. Okay. Yeah, you really see how bad that fence is leaning over there. The fence looks like it's good material, but somebody just didn't mount some posts correctly. Those pickets look like they got a lot of life left in them. Speaking of life left in them, the roof has got some standing and stuff like that. I don't know how old it is. I'll revisit the seller's disclosure, see if they got us an age on there. But obviously the house is going to get inspected. That roof portion there looks like it's metal and it's super rusted. Other than that, structurally the house seems really solid. It's got a really cool feel. It would just come down to personal preferences then. That's Troup Highway there. It's gonna have traffic on it. It's a little busier. I would assume at night, in the 9 o'clock plus, it probably gets a little quieter. I will go back in the house and shut the doors to see if it quietens it down much more.